Hey guys, so as promised, this is the first ever sketchbook that I've actually completed off my own back. I don't know why, I think from A levels, I think I was so damaged by doing sketchbooks that I just didn't really like doing it anymore. So this one was just like just a little present really, someone bought for my birthday. I think I've actually got it upside down. Yeah, I do. So yeah, someone bought it for me for my birthday. I liked the cover. Obviously, living in France, it's great for me because it's, a mucha. So for obviously around here, it's very much Art Nouveau. Everywhere you look, like the signs, and particularly because it's northern France, you see a lot of mucha around. And I just thought it was really pretty. The paper's really nice as well. It's like good stock. So yeah, I've never actually been able to complete a sketchbook properly before. Don't know why. I've had a bit of a mental block with it. And even actually, when I show you this one, it's not a set kind of theme. It's not where I hash out ideas before they become bigger pieces. I actually tend to do that straight onto the paper when I'm creating something. I don't actually find it any easier to kind of sketch out beforehand. But anyway, this sketchbook I actually also used for Inktober. I've never done Inktober before. I've never had the time to really. I know that sounds mad, but this is kind of this past 2, 3 years has been the first time in my life that I've actually been able to fully be freelance and not have to have a separate job to supplement my income. So let's begin. And it's made by Paper Blanks. So a lot of stuff in here is very sketchy, and it wasn't really ever meant to be seen by anyone. This was when I had my studio round a different way. So this was what I saw looking out the window. Here's my dog, Ted the Destroyer. It's actually very difficult to get pictures of him or be able to sketch him because he moves so much. He's like, even when he's sleeping, he is just a constant fidgeter. And this was just a tiny quick sketch of my friend's dogs who I was I say babysitting, they are babies to them, but dog sitting by this tree that they always sit under and look up to see squirrels. And they just sit there for hours. And again, this was just a quick watercolour of some orchids that my friends gave me. Pen and ink, again, just quick little doodles. And I think actually like doodles can be really interesting and can lead to bigger things. So yeah, I don't plan out things, but sometimes a small doodle will make it easier for me to do something else. That's just a really crap little self-portrait. It's a Rudy Nudie Naked Lady. So this was, again, just playing around, doing sort of like organic shapes with fine liner. I think in my head I made them tulips, but I just really liked. They just came out of my brain. I'm not sure where. I feel like I've seen them before, so please tell me if I'm plagiarising. But if not, yeah, that was just something really simple that I liked, and I'd quite like it as a fabric or a textile. Some more of the same, but just with red and black. And these little rose shapes, I've been drawing these for since I was a child, I think. Just doing like really simple triangular shapes for roses. And yeah, I've always really liked it, just starting from the small bit, moving out until you get this just quite abstract rose shape. Sweet peas in the same sort of style. I'll turn around this way. I mean, it's so different from what I normally do, but I think that's kind of the fun of having a sketchbook. You can just play around a bit. Okay, and this is the prompts from 2017 Inktober. Again, just did a bit more. For the first day, I didn't actually follow a prompt. I think I just played around. I can't even remember what the first prompt was. Oh, Swift. Yeah, I just played around. I think I made it as in like it was a Swift ink illustration. This was divided. I liked the idea of hearts divided, two different anatomical hearts, you know, almost the same but on separate pages from each other. So that was the divided day. And this was Poison, and this is the Black Mamba. I really like doing snakes. I don't know if you've seen recently, I've got on Etsy one of my old prints for, which was a Russian rat snake. And that was basically like for a mate as a tattoo design of his snake called Rasputin. I really like snakes and I like drawing them, and I need to set aside more time to do more because I actually find them really fun to do, like all the scales and just like the eyes and everything. Yeah, I like snakes. So this is underwater. Obvious, this one. Diver with some hammerhead sharks. At about the same time that I did this, I was also doing a big painting of some sharks called requin, which is French for shark. Yeah, I like doing underwater things as well. I think what I really enjoyed about Inktober was that I didn't make everything perfect. I mean, sometimes I can be a bit of a perfectionist and I can be a bit anal with doing stuff. And actually what I found the most fun about this was just the freedom. You know, Inktober is supposed to be just with ink, and these are actually, I'll show you, these are a bit of a cheat. They're actually watercolours. I don't know if you can see that well enough, but they're called Dr. P.H. Martin's watercolour ink, and I love them. You get the strongest colours from them, and you can either use them diluted in a couple of drops in some water, or just as they are. I tend to just do them as they are. And if any of you look at Truth and Tales at all, then you'll see some of my artwork is done with just those. In fact, all the artwork is with that, and I just use them undiluted because I love children's books that are really colourful. So yeah. Oh, this one was awful. Do you know what? I did it and it was such a rush, and I did it at the end of the day and I was like, oh god, I'm gonna miss today's Inktober. So I did a really big brain saying my brain, your brain, which A is a bit rude. B, I just did it and I didn't really like it. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I actually redid it another day, but we'll see. Yeah, and this is a draw, so it's upside down, so I'm trying to get it the right way around. So yeah, this is a giraffe. I really like giraffes. Giraffes are one of my favourite animals, but they also break my heart a little bit because I found out that they don't have voices. And for some reason, that is just one of the most heartbreaking things I've ever heard in my life, and made me really sad. That was, oh yeah, sorry, that was for, the brain one was gigantic. This one was for long. And this was for sword. So, I didn't really want to do just like a sword, so I focused on the hilt instead and just used ink to do all these little details and make it just really ornate. That was fun to do. A lot of these I've just kind of done in front of the TV or, you know, just in the kind of spare hour, just because I have had other work to do, so I can't really spend the day on it. But actually it's been quite nice just doing it in the evening in front of the TV. not feeling like rushed. You know, some of them I've been done at like 10 o'clock at night when I'm, you know, my brain's not really working. But these guys just in front of like rubbish TV has been really nice to do. This is Shy. So this is a horse shying away from a rattlesnake. Again, I kind of, they're downwards. I'm relatively happy with. Top half, I don't know why, but I have never been able to draw horses. It's like a mental block. I just can't do it. I don't know why. It's just something I have never been able to do. So maybe for 2018, practice drawing horses. Okay, so this one was Crooked, and when the prankster comedian handed Theresa May Boris Johnson's P45. Oh God, yeah. So I'm pretty left leaning, and I do think that Theresa May is one of the worst things that has ever happened to the UK. I mean, I can't, you know, it's difficult when you think you've hit rock bottom with David Cameron, and then someone comes along and it's even worse. So, yeah, Crooked. I liked this one. This one was, oh God, what was the prompt for it? Oh, you're just trying to remember. Screech. That was it. Screech. So, two witches on a broomstick screeching into the night. Yeah, I really like this one. It was fun. It was more like my old cartoony style. But yeah, it just was one of those ones that just made me laugh doing it. So I really enjoyed that one. What was the prompt for this one? I know it had something to do with depression. Or for me, I interpreted it like that. That was it. This was the one that I did instead of Gigantic. So the crappy brain that I did, this was the one I did instead. So I suffer from depression and anxiety. It's something that I've lived with for a long time. I don't, you know, to be honest, I don't, I said, I use the word suffer, but I don't actually feel like I suffer from it. I feel like it's just something that just is always with me. But how I see it is like a big black dog, and occasionally it comes and sits on my chest for a while. But I always know that he's going to go away, and it's kind of like a bit of a, for me, I find with my depression, it's a sign to just slow down and chill out. And it's either when I'm really stressed or I've been working myself up. Sometimes it's just for no reason whatsoever. But, you know, you don't know when he's coming, but you know he always goes away. So yeah, that was the one I did for Gigantic. So this one was for Run, and I chose Danielle Carruthers because I really liked the pose. I thought it would be interesting to do a woman of colour rather than just like a male runner or someone else. The face is a bit dodgy, but I don't really mind. Oh, that arm! Oh my God, that arm! But you know, I think the part I've enjoyed about the sketchbook is that it's not perfect whatsoever. But it's just been getting a sense of movement and getting the marks down. This is the shattered glass. This was really fun to do. I just used, I didn't draw any lines, I just made each shape I painted, and that's using Winsor & Newton blue ink. So yeah, instead of like drawing it and then cutting it away, I actually just painted each shape, and it was really fun. I wouldn't mind just doing a whole A3 sheet of just that. It was so relaxing. Oh, that's where it's bled through. So this is teeming with spiders. I know a lot of people are like freaked out by spiders, so yeah, apologies. But I really like spiders. I'd rather have a house full of spiders than flies. So yeah, that kind of eliminates that one. I think I got this, basically I got the inspiration for this because in October I was in one of my sheds and there was an enormous spider's web and it had just burst and all these spiders came out. Sorry if I'm, triggering anyone, but yeah, sorry. Oh god, this one was terrible. So this was meant to be like a tiger leaping with its claws and its teeth and everything for fierce. Oh, it's really bad. I can't even look at it actually. But yeah, bye. I like this one. So this is meant to be one of those veiled lady statues. The weeping. I can't remember what they're called, like weeping woman or something. For mysterious. So I looked up some inspiration of famous sculptors who had created these women with the veils over their faces, and just did a little study of it. It was really relaxing to do this one as well because I liked, getting in all the shading and the sort of, making out a woman's face, but not too, not so much. It's just the appearance of a woman's face. So yeah, I like that one. I can't remember what that was for. With a pumpkin. Fat. That was it. Fat. Big fat pumpkin. Yeah, I like that one as well. Again, the orange is with the Dr. P.H. Martin's Radiant watercolour ink. Yeah, that was really fun to do. That one I think I seem to remember just got like the most likes on Instagram as well. Like most people really like this one. So that was nice. My favourite thing, dinosaurs. What was that one for? Graceful. Yeah. So other people might not get this, but the thing I really have always liked about dinosaurs when they've been depicted, it's been like the sort of grace, and with a T-Rex, like this big long tail and this big head, just the sort of balance of the movement and the skeletal structure and how graceful they probably would have been in movement. So yeah. This one was filthy. And who better to depict filth than America's Commander-in-Chief? Personally, I think he embodies filth. So yeah. This one, I wouldn't say I enjoyed drawing it at all, but it was funny. Clouds, storm clouds, just different movements. It's quite difficult to just do clouds and have it recognisable. I hope you get it. I mean, I know what it is because I painted it, but again, it's quite difficult to sort of put it down. What was the prompt for this one? Deep. That's it. A deep sea angler. Unfortunately, it doesn't come out so well under this light, but what I wanted to do was just have it so it was just the white shapes showing. Unfortunately, you can see all the background where I've not made it dark enough. I think because I didn't want to like really ruin the rest of the book by going through. But I quite like this idea of just marking out the white bits. I might actually revisit this and make it more of a graphic print. Oh, what was this one? Furious. That's it. Furious cat. So yeah, again the thing of like just drawing the teeth and the eyes and the mouth. I really like that. It was really fun. It reminds me of my old cat. Juicy burger. Yeah, self-explanatory really. Burger art is quite fun. And this was just a little, this was for trail, and it was just a little mountain scene with some typography. This trail is never changing, it won't lead you astray. Yeah, that was nice. I like doing typography. I'm not the best at it, but I like giving it a good stab. I also don't like making it too perfect. I know, like, that's kind of the point, that, you know, kerning's meant to be on point and all of that, but I quite like the fact that it looks hand-drawn and it's not perfect. What was this one? Ship, I think. Yep, that's it. Ship. So that was obviously a kraken and a stormy sea and a ship. It's probably not the most original idea. I'm sure loads of other people did something very similar. But you know what, I really just had fun with it. And yeah, sometimes, like, even if your idea is not original, it's, you know, it doesn't matter. Just draw what you want. Have fun with it. Oh, this was for blind. So obviously it's the, I always forget what he's called. Is it like the Skin Man or something from Pan's Labyrinth? Yeah, so I thought it would be fun to do this for blind, because obviously until he raises up his hands with the eye on it, then he is blind. And yeah, I like doing this one. Back, like, before I started doing children's books, I actually used to do a lot of horror movie and, like, horror characters than I do now. I don't know whether I just don't have the opportunity or what, but yeah, if anyone's got any horror commissions, send them my way. And that one was for Squeak. Not the most inventive, but still, a little mouse squeakins with his little nut on top of a log. What's this guy? Oh, this was Climb. So, mountain climber. And I think the next one is, yeah, that's it, Fall. Ugh, so awful. So I wanted to have, like, someone falling backwards into, like, a ravine. Yeah, it's not my best, but I was trying to kind of do more about the, you know, the proportioning. I kind of like from that way down, but it's just the face is awful. Anyway, what's the next one? United. So I wanted to do something with different women of different backgrounds, just their faces, and just, you know, show a bit of, like, female unity. It's been a huge thing for me in the last sort of couple of years. I'm learning to sort of cherish female relationships much more than I ever have done in my life. So yeah, I'm just sort of giving it a go, really, of doing more female-based artwork. So yeah, United. Found. So this is like hipster, where's Wally? Found. So yeah, I don't. He is very hipster. I think that was, again, another one that was just like an off idea. So yeah. I can't even remember what I did him for. So I don't know if anyone here has watched American Horror Story. I'm sure you have. It was pretty popular, wasn't it? Before it got a bit weird and a bit crap. That was it. This is the very last one. So this is actually this is something to do with, I'm just swiping because someone's trying to call me. Go away. This was Mask. So I decided to do a drawing of Twisty the Clown to end with. Again, I love doing horror stuff, and I so rarely get an opportunity these days to do it. So there's Twisty. I can't remember what else I did in this. Oh yeah. So the rest is kind of taken up with small sketches, trying to get my dog to sit still, which is just impossible. And I don't think I'm very good at dogs either, so that's probably something I should actually work on more this year. What I am good at is doing dinosaurs, and I friggin' love velociraptors. They are one of my favourite. And it's got dinosaurs eat man, women inherits the earth, which is from my favourite film, and my favourite female character in any film was Laura Dern. She's such an ace actress, and she just seems like a really nice person as well. But particularly in Jurassic Park as Ellie, oh, love it, so good. So yeah, that's Velociraptors. That was just a doodle about being cold, dreaming of spring. More dodgy dog sketches. Oh, that was one of my mum. Oh god, that was not flattering to her at all. Oh, that was rubbish. I'm not going to show you that. And then I just did some kind of like peonies for spring, flowers for spring, groundbreaking. Just for a bit of fun. Eased my heart a little bit in the depths of winter. And again, some foliage, more jungle foliage to kind of perk up the winter. And this was a lady with an afro made out of marigolds. Some cactuses, cactuses, I don't know. Anyway, they were fun. A little giraffe that was just without any photo reference, so it's not that good, but it was just as a little fun thing. A little wintry forest scene. And these are done with Copic Chow markers, which I know a lot of illustrators use. They're great. They blend together like paints, so you get the precision of using a marker, but with the kind of depth of using paint. They're really nice. And this was a little chubby cutie having a sleep, and I did a red-headed one with some booty. I can't remember what this was. Oh yeah, I just did this as like a little doodle in front of the TV. But someone said that it reminds me of Nefertiti, which is kind of like cool. That would be quite a good like modern day Nefertiti thing. And then this is the last one. This is just a little mountain scene that I did, just for fun. I really like doing more of a pointillism kind of thing. Yeah, I think in general that's what I've just kind of found with this sketchbook, that it's been really fun to just kind of experiment and have a go and try something new. So I hope you enjoyed that. This is just going straight to Patreon, and this is going to my supporters on there, so this is exclusive content. You can't get it anywhere else, so I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.